In the kingdom of Arendelle, the sun shone gently over the snow-covered mountains, while a cold breeze announced that something special was about to happen. Elsa woke up early that morning, feeling a different sensation in her heart, as if the very magic of ice were calling to her. Anna, always cheerful, ran into her sister's room, asking what they would do on that bright day. Elsa smiled mysteriously and explained that she had heard a deep sound coming from the royal lake during the night, as if the ice had whispered her name. Curious and always ready for a new adventure, they decided to investigate together to discover the origin of that mysterious call. Kristoff, Sven, and Olaf also became excited, and soon they were all prepared for another unforgettable journey. When the group arrived at the lake, they noticed something unusual. The surface, normally smooth and shiny, was covered with tiny, sparkling drawings made of ice that looked like flowers, stars, and waves. Olaf was delighted and tried to guess what the drawings meant, while Sven sniffed everything curiously. Anna knelt down to observe more closely and realized that the shapes seemed to tell a story, as if they were clues left by someone. Elsa brought her hands closer and felt that the magic was familiar, but not hers. There was a different touch to it, soft and deep, like the energy of something ancient and forgotten. Then a blue glow emerged at the center of the lake, slowly expanding until it revealed a perfect circle of translucent ice. Everyone stepped back, amazed and slightly surprised, but Elsa stepped forward, guided by the feeling that it was meant for her. As soon as Elsa touched the circle of ice, the water beneath responded with a gentle movement, and a beam of light opened a safe passage to the bottom of the lake. The group exchanged glances, knowing that only Elsa could discover what was down there. But Elsa held Anna's hand and insisted that her sister come with her, because everything was always better when they were together. As they descended through the passage of light, the sounds of the lake disappeared and gave way to a deep calm. Little by little, a massive submerged palace began to appear before them. It was made of crystalline ice, but different from anything else I had ever created. The palace shone with iridescent colors and seemed to breathe with the water around it. It was as if a lost part of the kingdom's history had been hidden there, waiting to be found. When the sisters entered the palace, they realized the inside was even more impressive. There were walls that changed color softly, hallways that formed wave-like patterns, and lights that moved like tiny frozen fish in the air. Olaf, utterly enchanted, said it felt like stepping into an icy dream. Kristoff touched the walls in admiration, while Sven licked the tiny drops of melting ice, finding everything delicious. But deep within the enormous main hall, Elsa felt the presence of the unknown magic again. A glow concentrated in the center and began forming the figure of an ancient guardian, made entirely of shimmering blue particles. Anna was surprised, but Elsa stepped forward with confidence. The guardian was not a spirit, but an animated memory created by the ice to share something important with whoever was able to understand it. The guardian explained that many years ago, an ancient civilization of ice artisans lived in the fjords surrounding Arendelle. They had the power to create structures that lived in harmony with the water, capable of transforming ice into music, light, and motion. To protect their knowledge, they built the submerged ice palace, a hidden and safe place where they stored their most precious creations, waiting for someone with enough magic to reactivate it. The guardian explained that this person was Elsa, because her connection to ice was not only a gift but part of a legacy much greater than she imagined. Elsa listened with her heart racing, moved by the realization that her magic had deep roots and that her story was connected to something far older. Anna saw her sister's expression and smiled warmly. To her, The most important thing was that Elsa would never again feel alone, because now she knew her magic was part of a great story and that her power had never been a mistake. The Guardian then showed them a special room where the ice reacted to Elsa's voice. With every note she sang, the entire palace lit up in different colors, creating a dance of lights that spread through the structure. Olaf began singing as well, making the palace flicker playfully, and Anna couldn't help laughing. Kristoff mentally recorded everything so he could tell everyone in Arendelle later. While Sven lay down enjoying the peaceful environment, after exploring all the wonders of the palace, the Guardian explained that the place would remain there, protected and hidden, but now connected to Elsa's magic. That meant she could return whenever she wanted to learn more or simply admire the beauty of the submerged palace. Before leaving, Elsa placed her hand on the center of the main hall, activating a final message left by the ancient artisans. It was a thank you for accepting her own magic with courage and kindness. Anna hugged her sister emotionally, saying that this was just another chapter in the great adventure they were living together. When they returned to the surface, the lake looked even brighter and calmer. The ice flowers that had once been scattered across the surface now formed a single image, a palace shaped like a snowflake. It was like a mark left to remember that they had uncovered a secret hidden for centuries. Elsa smiled, feeling that the world was even more vast and magical than she had imagined, and Anna grabbed her hand, saying she was already excited for the next adventure. Olaf clapped happily, and Kristoff called Sven to return home and tell everyone the story in detail. The family walked back to Arendelle with joyful hearts and a certainty that many more Enchanted stories awaited them in the future. Like, subscribe to the channel, share with your friends, and watch the next Enchanted adventure. Frozen, A Journey to the Singing Flower Forest, Enchanted Kids Story. At a bright sunrise in Arendelle, Anna woke up with a different feeling, as if something gentle were calling her in the wind. The sun rose delicately behind the mountains covered in pure snow, painting the sky with shades of pink and gold. The castle was quiet and cozy, and Anna felt that it would be a special day. She walked to the balcony to observe the magical landscape when a small pink glow flew near her face as if it were a tiny piece of living light. She blinked in surprise and saw that the glow floated in the air, moving toward the valley. It was as if it were asking her to follow it. Curious, excited, and with her heart full of joy, Anna ran to find Elsa. Her sister was in the great hall, organizing papers and preparing for another day of royal responsibilities. Anna told her enthusiastically about the pink glow that seemed alive, and about the enchanting feeling she had when she saw it. Elsa smiled warmly, listening to every word with attention, but explained that she had never heard of a similar light in the lands of Arendelle. Still, knowing her sister's adventurous spirit and sensing something special in the story, Elsa suggested that maybe it was a sign that something new and beautiful was waiting to be discovered. Anna felt her heart flutter with excitement. She ran to Kristoff, who was in the courtyard talking to Sven, preparing sleds and stacking bundles of hay. Anna asked him to go with her, but Kristoff had a delivery to make in the village and couldn't leave at that moment. Still, he wished her good luck, giving her a tight hug and promising to join her later if she needed him. Determined to follow the mysterious glow, Anna prepared Mochi, her horse, with shiny brown fur and sweet eyes. She brought water, food, a light cape, and a map of Arendelle. Although she knew this might be one of those adventures where only the heart shows the way, Elsa, with a loving smile, waited in the courtyard and waved as Anna departed. The fresh wind touched her hair, and the feeling that the day held something special grew with every step. The pink glow floated softly along the path like a gentle guide. Anna followed familiar trails, but after some time, she noticed the glow leading her beyond the places she usually visited. Even so, she wasn't afraid. She felt only curiosity and a quiet joy. After riding for a while through gentle hills, Anna reached a part of the forest she rarely visited. Tall trees with leaves delicately lit by the sun formed natural arches over her head. The pink glow went deeper into the woods, and Anna followed nature's steps. The air was sweet, scented like honey and wildflowers. Colorful birds sang soft melodies. It felt as though this place had been kept safe for years, waiting for the right moment to be rediscovered. Anna got off the horse and walked on foot so as not to startle the little animals around her. She noticed butterflies with lavender-toned wings, small bunnies with velvety fur, and squirrels watching curiously. Everything felt welcoming and happy. Suddenly, Anna found a small stream of crystal-clear water. She knelt to drink a bit and noticed the pink glow reflecting in the gentle ripples. The glow slid above the water, crossed the stream, and continued toward the other side of the forest. Anna took a deep breath and continued. With every step, flowers appeared in new colors and shapes, as if the path had been painted just for her. As time passed, Anna noticed the glow becoming more intense, as though it were reaching its destination. The sound of water grew stronger, and she heard a pleasant rustling, like petals dancing in the wind. When she finally exited the forest, her eyes filled with pure magic. Before her was an immense meadow hidden between mountains and naturally protected like a secret treasure. Pink, yellow, lilac, and white flowers stretched everywhere, moving gently with the soft wind. The pink glow that had guided her floated above the field and then dissolved into the air, as though its mission was complete. Anna felt her heart warm. It was as if she had discovered a tiny piece of eternal joy. The meadow was so alive and beautiful that it seemed to smile at her. She walked through the flowers, touching them carefully, listening to the soft song of birds, and feeling the soft grass beneath her feet. It didn't take long for small animals to emerge from their hiding places to observe her. There were young deer with big, gentle eyes, ducklings swimming in a hidden pond, and even a curious fox that approached just to sniff the edge of her skirt before darting back into the flowers. Anna quietly asked if someone lived there, or if the place had been forgotten by time. The breeze blew gently, as though answering that the meadow was a gift from nature, kept safe for those with an open and loving heart. Anna smiled and sat in the center of the flowered field, closing her eyes and breathing deeply. She had never felt such peace. For a long moment, she lay in the grass, watching slow clouds drift across the blue sky. After some time, Anna heard someone calling her name. She stood quickly and saw Elsa, Kristoff, Olaf, and Sven approaching. Elsa explained that after seeing Anna's excitement in the morning, she decided to follow her later, in case she needed help. Kristoff agreed to come, and Olaf, upon hearing about flowers and pink glows, insisted on joining them. They were amazed upon seeing the enchanted meadow. Olaf ran joyfully among the flowers, Kristoff smiled in wonder, and Elsa breathed deeply, sensing something pure in that place. Anna told them everything that had happened and how the pink glow had guided her since sunrise. Elsa held her hand and said that sometimes the world keeps small gifts for those who believe in the beauty of life. They spent hours there, playing, talking, and enjoying themselves together. Anna picked a small bouquet of pink flowers to take back to the castle, only ones that had fallen naturally, without picking any alive. Elsa created tiny sparkling flakes of ice that floated above the flowers, making the meadow look like a glowing dream. When the sun began to set, they gathered on top of a small hill to watch the sky turn gold and orange. It was one of the happiest moments they had ever lived together. When they returned to Arendelle, Anna promised to take care of the meadow and keep it protected so it would remain a place of peace, beauty, and joy. And whenever she wanted to breathe deeply and find calm again, she returned to the hidden meadow, always welcomed by the scent of the flowers and the soft glow of the wind. That was how Anna's special day ended. A journey that showed that the most enchanting beauty is often found in the quietest places, waiting to be discovered, and that happiness always finds those who walk with an open heart. Like, subscribe to the channel, share with your friends, and watch the next Enchanted adventure. Frozen, Olaf's dream of a tropical snowman, Enchanted Kids Story. Olaf woke up on a bright morning in Arendelle, with an idea so unusual that even his carrot seemed to shine more than usual. He had dreamed about something completely crazy during the night, something so unexpected that even for him it felt exaggerated. In the dream, he had found a tropical snowman, a snowman made of refreshing ice, but decorated with green leaves, colorful flowers, shiny shells, and even a tiny umbrella on his head. According to the dream, that snowman lived on an island full of palm trees, golden sand, and a blue ocean that made gentle sounds every time the waves reached the shore. Olaf woke up completely excited, believing that this was not just a dream but a call from his imagination to live a new magical adventure. He ran with little jumps to tell Anna and Elsa, leaving a trail of snowflakes through the castle while shouting that he had a very important mission to accomplish that day. Anna was having hot chocolate when Olaf slid into the hallway, and she almost dropped her cup when she saw how agitated he was. She smiled and tried not to laugh as Olaf explained, with his eyes sparkling, that he needed to find a tropical snowman because he had dreamed about him and felt that the magical creature needed his help. Kristoff entered the room at that moment, carrying ropes and climbing gear. He opened a playful smile when he heard Olaf's story, while Sven moved his head as if saying he was already used to Olaf's unexpected ideas. Elsa gently placed her hands on Olaf's shoulders and said that if this was important to him, then it would be important to all of them. She deeply believed in the power of dreams, and knew that when something lit up that special gleam in Olaf's eyes, some magical adventure was about to begin. Elsa made a soft gesture with her hands, and an enchanted map appeared in the air, glowing in shades of blue and gold. The map showed real places and others that seemed to be made of pure fantasy. In a distant corner, an island appeared with green trees and tiny colored stars twinkling around it. Anna covered her mouth with her hands and said that this place did not exist on the kingdom's regular map. Elsa only smiled and explained that some places appear only when someone truly believes in them. Olaf jumped with excitement, certain that this was the place where the tropical snowman from his dream was waiting. The whole group prepared for the journey. Kristoff adjusted the ropes, Anna packed snacks, Elsa created an ice boat that would not melt, and Olaf placed a giant flower behind his head, saying that he needed to look tropical enough to meet someone from a warm place. The trip was full of laughs and magical moments. The boat glided across the sea, as if guided by the most cheerful breeze in the world. The water was so clear that they could see colorful fish swimming in circles, as if dancing. Olaf stayed at the front of the boat, watching everything with a mixture of wonder and impatience, wanting to arrive quickly. At one point, they passed through a sparkling mist that looked like golden glitter, and when it cleared, the island Olaf had seen in his dream appeared. It was even more beautiful in real life. The sky looked painted with strokes of orange and pink, the palm trees swayed gently, and a sweet coconut-like aroma filled the air. Anna gasped with amazement. Kristoff removed his hat out of respect for the beauty around them, and Sven watched everything as if discovering a brand new world. Olaf jumped off the boat before Kristoff even finished anchoring it. They walked through the warm sand until they found a clearing in the center of the island. And there, Olaf saw something that almost melted his snowy heart. In the middle of the clearing stood a tropical snowman, exactly like the one in his dream. He had eyes made of round shells, branch arms decorated with colorful ribbons, and a flower necklace that released a soft and joyful perfume. On his head he wore a bright blue umbrella that protected him from the sun. The snowman looked at Olaf, smiled with the playful energy of someone who wants to have fun all day, and said his name was Brezito. Olaf became so happy that he started spinning around, saying that he had finally found the snowman from his dream. Brezito explained that he lived on the Enchanted Island and had called Olaf through the dream because he needed his help. Elsa and Anna approached calmly and asked what was happening. Brezito explained that for the last few days, the refreshing magic of the island had been weakening, and he feared his body might begin melting. Even with his magical umbrella, he needed a special energy to stay firm and bright. That energy came from something called the rainbow drop, a small gem that appeared only when someone with a pure heart truly believed in the blend between cold and warmth. Olaf, being a snowman who loved summer and everything warm and fun, was the only one capable of activating the gem. Olaf became deeply moved, realizing that he had not only been called by Brezito, but also had an important role in saving the tropical magic of the place. Anna smiled proudly, while Sven wagged his tail with excitement. Brezito guided them across the island to a cave hidden behind a colorful waterfall. The water had shades of blue, pink, and green, falling gently and creating a relaxing melody. Inside, the cave sparkled as if the ceiling were made of stars. In the center floated a small round gem that emitted light in every color. Elsa explained that the rainbow drop seemed to react to sincere emotions. So Olaf took a deep breath and began talking about how wonderful it was to dream of new places, how special it was to have friends who believed in his ideas, and how magical it felt to discover that even a tropical snowman could be real. As he spoke from the heart, the gem began to shine brighter and brighter until a colorful light filled the entire cave. The energy wrapped around Brezito, leaving him firm, bright, and completely renewed. Brezito was so grateful that he hugged Olaf so tightly that the flower Olaf was wearing fell off his head. But he didn't mind at all. The two of them spun around, celebrating the magic that was now safe. Anna and Kristoff danced together. Sven ran after colorful butterflies, and Elsa smiled, feeling that the moment was truly special. A memory that would stay in their hearts forever. After the celebration, Brezito walked with them to the beach and handed Olaf a small, shiny seashell as a symbol of tropical friendship. He explained that the shell held a tiny piece of the island's magic, and that every time Olaf looked at it, he would remember that even the most unexpected dreams could lead to incredible adventures. The afternoon slowly painted the island golden. It was time to return home. Olaf said goodbye, promising to visit Brezito whenever he could. The journey back was peaceful, with the gentle wind blowing and the sea rocking the boat as if it were singing a lullaby. When they arrived in Arendelle, Olaf ran to the main hall and placed the shell in the center of the table, declaring that it was now his most treasured magical possession. Anna said she couldn't wait to hear about Olaf's next tropical adventures. Elsa patted his head and said that when imagination joins with friendship, any dream can become real. Then they all gathered together, laughed, shared stories, and celebrated the most tropical day Arendelle had ever seen. And Olaf went to sleep, hoping to dream again about Brezito. with dancing palm trees and sparkling seas whispering colorful secrets. As he closed his eyes, he knew that the tropical dream had changed his snowy little heart forever, and that many other magical adventures were waiting for him. Like, subscribe to the channel, share with your friends, and watch the next Enchanted adventure. Frozen, the whisper of the aurora that awakens the lost magic. Enchanted Kids Story.